What's up guys, MegaDPAL here today, bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And today I'm against JohnOrigins, as you can tell by me ripping off his intro there, and obviously the title of the video. But no, in all seriousness, I am against JohnOrigins today, a good battler, a good friend, and he has a very nice channel. His channel link will be down in the description bar below. Definitely go check him out. He uploads a lot of good Pokemon Showdown live sessions, which you guys will definitely enjoy. So getting on to the battle today, I'm bringing you an Ubers battle, and looking at teams, and obviously looking at the sides of this video, as you can tell, it's a pretty long Ubers battle because I decided to bring a Chancer, and he decided to bring a Kyogre, which is a more defensive variant. And as you can tell by the thumbnail, it's not the Chancer that's the problem, it's actually the Kyogre, which is a huge threat to my team, as I don't really have anything to touch it. My best form of attack comes from my Palkia in the form of Thunder, which if it's a more especially defensive variant of Kyogre, it does around about 45 to 60% max damage. So as you can see, this Kyogre is going to be a huge problem to my team. But either way, let's just get straight on into the battle, shall we? So I'm going to decide to lead off with my Groundon. Physical defensive Groundon, predicting to lead off with his Genesect. Just because Scarf Physical Genesect is a common lead in Ubers. So what I'm going to do right off the bat is just to try and get my Stealth Rocks, as it does lead off with that Genesect. What he's going to do is just U-turn out there, because there's not too much he can in fact do to me. And just go out into his Kyogre now, I do believe, which obviously I cannot do too much to with my Groundon. So like I said, I'm just going to get up my Rocks now, which looking at his team, he has no form of defog unless he's running more a support variant of Arceus, which looking at his team most likely is, but I just wanted to get my Rocks as soon as possible. And now I'm going to make the switch go into my Chancer, just on the off chance this Kyogre was a more offensive variant. But as you can see by Scald, and as I mentioned earlier, this Kyogre, it's more a defensive variant, and it actually scores a Scald Burn. Rather unfortunate, just because the residual damage is going to do a lot to my Chancer each turn, but it's not going to be too problematic since I do obviously have the natural cure. So I'll just go for the Wish and then go for Protect, just to scout what he wants to lock himself into at this point. And he decides to lock himself into the U-turn. He's going to go for the U-turn now, do a whole lot of damage, because I believe it's that +1. Thanks to the download, but what I'm going to do now is predict him to go into his Arceus, just try and get off the defog if that's the variant is in fact running, go straight for that Toxic, which is nice, that's a good play on my part. So knowing full well it's going to go for defog, what I'm actually going to do is just once again pop up a Wish, try and get a HP back on my Chancer, because my Chancer is a huge threat to his team. So what I'm going to do now is actually predict him to switch, go back out into his Genesect. I'm actually going to go straight for the Seismic Toss at this point, but actually brings in his Mewtwo, which I thought was strange at the time, but then again, I did decide to switch on out into my Giratina on the off chance he's running Mewtwo X. With the way he brought it in, it definitely seemed like it was actually running Mega Mewtwo X. So as you can see, he's going to Mega Evolve, go out into Mega Mewtwo X. Something I don't see too often, but at the same time, it's actually still very threatening. So I just go into my Giratina and just take that Restrain Punch. But now I'm going to make a really bad play actually. I'm actually going to go straight for the Will-O-Wisp, just trying to cripple that Mewtwo. But as you can see, the obvious Will-O-Wisp is super obvious, so he actually makes the switch on out into his Kyogre. The good play. I'd much prefer to get a Toxic off on this thing from my Chancer rather than a Burn, but that's not going to be the case, and I'll just go straight for that Dragon Tail. As he goes for Scald, once again scoring the Burn, going to be really beneficial for him in the long run, because I actually Dragon Tail him out into his Arceus Fairy, and obviously I don't want to take a times 4 Judgment from this thing, so once again I'm going to make the switch and actually go back out into my Chansey at this point, just to take any hit, as he's just going to play it safe, just go straight for that Judgment, trying to get as much damage on my Chansey to the point where he can potentially take me out with a Scarf U-turn from his Genesect. But I do know I can just use this time just to go straight for the Wish. So once again, it predicts that, makes a nice switch, goes straight out into his Mewtwo, because I'm just going to go for Protect at this point. Very obvious, and he predicts that very nicely, just go straight for that Bulk Up. Like I said, I haven't played Mega Mewtwo X at all previously before this battle, so I wasn't sure what exactly it was going to do. So now I'm going to make the switch go once again back out to my Giratina, because it's the best thing I have obviously to take a Drain Punch. He just plays it safe, just goes for that. Good play, because they're going to lead him into a false sense of security, and as you can see the following turn is actually going to reveal the Ice Punch, just go straight for that. At +1 it's not going to be enough to kill, but I actually go for Dragon Tail, expect him to switch on out into the Kyogre again, but as you can see he decides to stay in. And I actually should have gone straight for that Will-O-Wisp, crippling that thing. It would have been very beneficial in the long run. But I just Dragon Tail him out into his Kyogre at this point. And what I'm going to do is after burn, my Giratina is pretty much useless. So I'm just going to be forced to fodder off my Giratina at this point. As it actually outspeeds and takes me out with a Scald. So down goes my Giratina. What I'm going to do now is actually just go out into my Palkia, because like I previously mentioned, it's best I have to take on this here Kyogre. The rain is up, I am Scarf, I do just want to lock myself into Thunder, gauge how much damage it does, and it does a solid 45 to 50% damage to this here Kyogre, which is pretty nice, but he's just going to go straight for that rest, get all the way back up to full HP, which is rather unfortunate. And now he's going to go out into his Rayquaza. A little bit of a questionable play. I'm not too sure what he was expecting, because it does not take that Thunder at all well, and I am Scarf and I can just outspeed. So I have no reason not to spam Thunder at this point, as it actually brings in his, this thing is Arceus, and I score a crit with a result in Thunder, and not going to matter too much I guess, just because toxic damage should be able to put into range where I can take it out with a secondary Thunder, which I do. So now it gets a free switch on into his Genesect. Here I can live a U-turn, but I don't want to take any necessary damage on my Palkia, because it is one of my win conditions. Once I weaken this Genesect even further, I can potentially just lock myself into the Spatial Rend and hopefully clean up his team. So he just goes to U-turn, and I just bring in my my Groundon at this point, just to take that. As out comes is here Kyogre once again, the huge threat. I'm going to make the switch again, go back out into my Chansey now, just because it is the best way I have to take on any hits from this here Palkia, Kyogre. He just goes for Sleep Talk. He actually gets a Scald, which is fine. I can easily eat that up, and thankfully doesn't get the burn this time around. So he's going to be forced to switch at this point, going to go out into his Rayquaza, as I just go straight for the Seismic Toss, just trying to get as much damage on his Kyogre. So now I'm going to be forced to switch, go straight out into my Groundon, just because I cannot take an outrage from this thing. I'm pretty sure it's a 2-hit KO. So I'm just going to go back out into my Groundon and actually use this time to set up my rocks once again. Seems though he has followed off his Arceus, he has no way to defog my rocks away. So looking at how much that did, I know I can definitely live another and just go straight for the my Stealth Rocks. As he gets 2-turn outrage but reveals a Lumberry just to wipe away that confusion, which is nice for him. And here, kind of funny terms of play going to result. He's going to go for the overheat, miss. I'm going to go for the 5-punch, not kill under the sun, and actually score the burn. Neither miss or burn matters in the long run, although I do manage to take out his Rayquaza. Had he taken me out with overheat, I could have easily just come on out into my Mewtwo or even my Arceus and just revenge killed it. And as you can see, and if he decided to preserve his Rayquaza, it would have died to rocks. And as you can see, he can just bring out in his Gengar now, just to either revenge kill me at this point. So I'm going to go into my Mewtwo, just use this time to Mega Evolve, and he doesn't really have any safe switchings other than his Kyogre at this point to easily take a Side Strike. But at the same time, I was trying to bait that thing in, but he's decided to make the smart play, and sack his Gengar at this point, not taking any unnecessary damage on his Kyogre to the point where I could potentially take it out with a Thunder. Use time to get a free switch into his Scarf Genesect. I obviously don't want to take a U-turn, I'm going to be forced to go out to my Chansey. Primarily his Death Rod at this point, just because after the U-turn, it will get a free switch into anything like, most likely is Mega Mewtwo X. So it can easily just click Drain Punch, seems though I have nothing to take this, seems though I don't have my Giratina anymore. So he's just going to go for that Drain Punch, wipe out my Chansey, which is nice for him. But this is going to give me a free switch now into my own Mewtwo. Again, I am just going to click Side Strike. I kind of want to bait in his Kyogre at this point, try and get as much damage on this thing to hopefully I can take it out with my Palkia. So just go straight for that Side Strike. And look at how much that did. I was not confident at all after leftovers that a resulting Side Strike would kill. So I'm going to make the switch, go out into my Palkia just to take a Scald or whatever he gets from the Sleep Talk. But unfortunately, as you are going to see, he scores the Roar. Very unfortunate, as I would have been able to take him out with a Thunder at that point. So I'm going to go for Side Strike again, and as you can see, it's not going to be enough to kill. Max damage as well, and it's just be able to wake up, go for that rest. So I'm going to continue to spam Side Strike, just get as much damage on this point, hope he rolls me back out into Palkia. If it doesn't, it gets the Scald, does a decent chunk under the rain, and obviously gets the burn, rather unfortunate. And so what I'm going to do now is make the switch go out into my Palkia, because I want to preserve my Mewtwo at this point, just because I want to use it to try and get enough damage on his own Mega Mewtwo X, to the point where I can hopefully take it out with a Spatial Realm from my Kyogre. But as you're going to see, he's going to get the rest, and then the rain's going to subside, not subside, but you know, and this is going to be rather unfortunate, as it's going to force me, I'm going to be forced to miss a few Thunders while trying to take out this here Kyogre. He's going to go for Scald again now, as I go for Thunder. Unfortunately missed. And next he's going to go for Sleep Talk, get the roll me back out into Mega Mewtwo Y. And at this point I'm just going to go straight for that side shot. Once again trying to get this thing to the point where I can take out my Palkia, as he gets the Scald this time and just takes me out. No, he doesn't. He wakes up, goes for the Scald and just takes out my Mewtwo. In comes my Palkia now. I'm pretty sure I cannot kill regardless if I hit or not. So I'll go for that Thunder, get absolute max damage, and it just survives on 1, 2, maybe even 3 HP, which is rather unfortunate, as I pretty much need to hit 3 Thunders in a row in order to take this thing out. And he gets a rolls me out into my Arceus at this point, and because it's my other final Pokemon apart from my Palkia, just going to go for E-Speed, Life Orb, boosted, stab E-Speed, do as much damage as I possibly can, as he goes for Sleep Talk. Thankfully doesn't get the Scald, and the Scald Burn rolls me back out into my Palkia, and the range of HP this thing's at, I'm actually confident that I can lock myself in Spatial Rend as long as I hit and take down his Kyogre, which is exactly what happened. So finally this thing goes down, giving him a free switch into his Genesect. However, I do know outspeed because I'm obviously Scarfed. Despite him being Scarfed, Palkia is a high base speed. I can just go for the Spatial Rend, solid 2-hit KO, and I know I can easily live any hit this thing wants to go for. He actually goes to Iron Head, scores a crit. Had he not scored a crit, I would have been in the range where I can actually take a Drain Punch coming from his Mega Mewtwo X. So that's really unfortunate, but down goes Genesect now. So my plan is just to get damage off on this thing to the point where Shadow Claw or even an E-Speed can take it out from my Arceus. But as you can see, I actually missed the Space Rend. Very unfortunate. The crit and the miss, rather unfortunate. And now I'm going to go out to my Arceus. I actually choked at the last turn. I should have gone for the Shadow Claw, because Shadow Claw would have put it into range where after the Drain Punch, as you can see, it doesn't in fact kill. Would have put it in the range where based off that E-Speed damage, initial E-Speed damage, then I would have been able to take it out. So had I gone for the Shadow Claw first and then gone for the E-Speed the following turn, I still had a chance to win this game, but that's not going to be the case. But that is going to be the game, a very close 1-0. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more. And don't forget to check out John. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.